just do chemotaxis. Do you guys know what that means?
Movement of motile or motile cell or organism or part of one in a direction corresponding to a gradient of increasing or decreasing concentration of a particular substance. No?
Yes.
That's okay? Okay.
That's a long definition. It should not shock you to know I'm going to write something very short on the board. Chemotaxis. All right, I'm going to put the movement of white blood cells towards certain chemicals. So you'll have some white blood cells, some lymphocytes I should say, that release cytokines, which are chemicals. Those chemicals will attract other white blood cells to the area of infection. Say you cut yourself and that allows bacteria and other pathogens to enter your bloodstream. So wherever that cut is where the bacteria is coming in. Lymphocytes will release cytokines that brings other white blood cells to that cut, and now we can fight off the infection. That's chemotaxis. Okay, that takes care of question number 4. Question number 5. Question, do you guys remember the word antigen from blood typing? All right, so let's give a definition of antigen. Any molecule that's capable of stimulating the immune system or stimulating an immune response. That's an antigen. Now there are 2 types of antigens. We have foreign antigens and we have self-antigens. Let's put in here for foreign antigens. Your body does not make them. Let's say produce. So when we say foreign antigens, really what we're talking about are pathogens. Like bacteria, viruses, parasites, stuff like that. That's a foreign antigen. Your body did not make it. A self-antigen is something that your body does make. So usually when we're talking self-antigens, we're talking about proteins on the outer surface of our cells. This should make sense because when we did blood typing, we had A antigens, B antigens, and Rh antigens. Those were self-antigens. So let me give 2 examples of self-antigens. Number 1, the A, the B, the Rh, those are on the surface of our red blood cells. So those are self-antigens. There's another example that I'm going to throw at you just so you kind of get this in your mind for lecture. There are what we call MHC proteins. These MHC proteins are on the surface of all of the cells in our body that have a nucleus. So, question, would we have MHC proteins on our red blood cells? No. No, they don't have a nucleus. So any cell in our body that has a nucleus will have an MHC protein on the surface. And if you jump down real quick to number 6, in bold, that's what MHC stands for, Major Histocompatibility Complex. It's a long word. But histo means tissue. So we're talking about tissue compatibility. So when you think about organ donations and they have to do donor-recipient matching, what they're testing for is these MHC proteins. Do they match? If the recipient rejects the organ, it's because the immune system in the recipient is responding to these MHC proteins. So that's what we got to make sure with typing, that that's what matches. All right, and then it says for the last part of question number 5, what in general causes autoimmune diseases to develop? So what is the immune system attacking in an autoimmune disease?
Own body.
Yeah, your own body. So I'm going to put in here self-antigens. It goofs up and attacks something in your own body that it shouldn't be. And holy moly, I can't believe I'm done already.